At the place where I most recently worked, there was machinery made by a company called Atlas. There was also machinery made by a company called S&S. Not S&S Munitions, obviously. Just S&S. Oh... I'll finish Rust Commons East before I go to Old Haven.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
Can't quite tell what type of barrel that is, but it must not be a very good one. 68 accuracy.
You won't find finer gear anywhere on the planet. First aid kit. You won't regret it.
Good parts. Those are the same parts that my Torg, not the middle one, but the left and right parts are. Go do my usual thing. Which I'm sure you can understand because I want the best stuff at any given moment. Marcus is right. What good is your cash if you don't spend it?
Don't let the lads get the upper hand. You had better come today. Give us your hungry, and we'll give them our leftovers.
Ever thought about settling down?
Give us your poor,
We could use someone
and
like
we'll
you
give them
around
a
here.
job that might pay. Give us your
Settling
feelings,
down.
and we'll make them sing us a song.
Are you kidding?
Our Atlas.
Be a vault hunter to the end. Pandora is about vault hunters, and being a vault hunter is about, I guess it differs per individual. But anyway, be a vault stalker to the end. A green 50 with a damage rating below 100 because it's made out of junker parts. I'm considering speccing into Mordy's skill that increases fire rate and mag size with pistols.
Comms can improve accuracy, regenerate ammo, or even heal you. Get yours right here.
Oh, I might get that. Sure, why not?
Let's forget your rat.
But I don't like increasing capacity on revolvers because it doesn't make sense to me. The number of chambers in a revolver cylinder is the number of chambers. It's an absolute. It can't be increased or decreased. Never did like the Wildcat.
Talk to you later. Any world of no guarantees, you can always count on Marcus guns. Ah, excellent. Another valued customer.
Still interested in green 50 or better. Corrosive and electric. Rubberized or Malawan contact.
Give me a shout if I can help.
Each man's here. Give us
So
your
I might
and we'll give them our leftovers. Give us your
hold on to
and
these.
we'll give them a job that
Nah,
might
I
pay.
don't really need this.
Give us your weary, and we'll make them sing us a song. We are Atlas.
Is there something you need?
Would be great for Zombie Island. So I have a blue label penetrator. Yeah, this is Reaver's Edge that I have equipped currently. A blue penetrator. I thought the penetrator was a purple that was supposed to be an orange. Video game logic. I actually had to. I've been over that enough times.
So many to choose from.
Scope on a Type 1 barrel. Since that's a Jake, which has a cool looking stock, and it's looks like it should be lever action. The accuracy rating is about where I expected it to be, and is pretty good. But still, it's over-scoped. I think that was a Type 3 scope. Rifle sights are the second best type of sights to have on a shotgun in real life. The first ultimate best being ghost ring sights.
Do not worry, Pandora is the 13th most important planet within our interlocal domain. We might not spend much of our budget on you, but at least you're not on Prometheus.
See how that masher... It's about what I expected. Promethea.
First, you're gonna need to eliminate the competition.
In future Borderlands games or DLCs, at some point, we need to go to Promethea. And as I've said before in previous episodes of my various Bravo Lima Lima Papa episodes of Go-Go, Jacobs needs to start making regular shields. Yeah, I know they make the Rough Rider, but that's not a shield. That's more like a super booster sort of thing that turns you into a superhero, for lack of a better term.
Those guns absorb a lot of recoil, allowing you to stay accurate throughout the fight.
That's better accuracy than most Carnage guns, but still, I don't like Carnage guns. That Atlas, if it had a better barrel, I'd almost consider buying it.
Relax, I need best other works out there. You need something better.
I forget, do I still have sticky grenades in my collection? I just looked through my collection a few minutes ago and I don't remember, because I wasn't paying attention to that specifically. Do I have sticky grenades already? Because I will need those in the relatively near future when I go back to Treacherous Landing to do the fish mission.
In making guns that excel in every area. Hey, for the Northland, get you one.
Type 2 barrel, Type 1 scope, Type 1 stock. Oh, that's made. I don't know what kind of body that is, but the barrel, scope, and stock are all
Damage, high fire rate, and recoil reduction into one lethal weapon.
pretty much the worst parts you can have. Contrast with my S&S machine pistol,
Hey, let's get you rolling, man.
which is so awesome that
Time for a nice relaxing ride.
I've got it with me, bringing it along, even though I'm going for a doll loadout. A mostly doll loadout. Just because you know how I like to do themed stuff. What have you got? flat shield? I think so. Electric Hyperion SMG, and he drops a white. Oh, no, I guess that is what he was using. But from my vantage point, it looked like an SMG. Okay, so it's a combat rifle. Pretty lame. That's also not impressive. I'm not going to buy that, but that's aside from the 16-round mag. Kind of okay. Don't generally care too much for full auto explodey elementals. I prefer, when it comes to explodey, I prefer revolvers, exploding weapons that aren't rocket launchers, I should specify. That's more like it. Yeah. Delta Oscar Tango is what I like in an elemental. If it's full auto. If it's an explodey, I prefer that's not a rocket launcher. I prefer it to be a revolver or a sniper rifle. Yes, even if I'm playing as a Blastmaster Brick, I still like to use Morty-style weapons, if you want to think of them that way. Oh, now, yeah, this is getting sold due to the 4.9 fire rate. That's a Type 5 barrel. Good stock, too. I don't know if that's a Type 4 or Type 5 stock. I don't memorize stocks as well as I memorize barrel types. Type 2 receiver, which is the most basic on a machine gun. So it's got the most basic receiver, or body, combined with the best, or rarest, barrel type. Technically, a Type 4 barrel on a machine gun or combat rifle gives you more damage than a Type 5, I think. I'm starting to get all this stuff mixed up now.
400% more awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the gun
Glorious Massacre, not glorious enough, due to the bad fire rate. I have a Roland with an S&S machine gun with that same barrel type, but it has better body, if I remember, and an excellent fire rate. Why am I using the shotgun instead of the masher if I'm playing Morty? Because I'm not a conformist, I guess. I'm a non-conformist. I'm an anti-conformist. I'm an anti-collectivist. Actually, in this case, it has nothing to do with collectivism. And yes, I know you're supposed to focus on the weapons that your character's skills are geared toward. But I did a video some time ago called Unconventional Character Builds, where I illustrated a shotgun Morty with a Ranger comp. See if I can finish him off with a sword strike. Maybe not. And not only that, but also on my Playthru-1 LP of BL1. Or Lima Papa of Bravo Lima 1. Or Bravo Lima Charlie, if you prefer that term. Ranger class mod combined with Hyperion Angry Death. Don't feel like playing with the Scythids right now. Oh, come on. This vehicle is designed to drive over stuff like that. Video game logic strikes again.
You want me to share, huh? Another trophy from my wall.
I could imagine Morty hunting xenomorphs for sport. And along the way he would run into confrontation with some predators who would likely regard him as worthy query. Not query, but an opponent. A worthy opponent. I need to send Bloodwing out to max out my health. Might as well do that against these Scythid. What's the plural of Scythid? Is it Scythid or Scythids?
Good boy. Give him hell, Bloodwing.
Wouldn't call that a challenging kill. S&S. Machine gun. Blue label. I'm hazarding a guess it's a level 40. This one is the opposite of the one I found before, which had a Type 2 receiver and a Type 5 barrel. This one has a Type 5 receiver and a Type 2 barrel. Let's see if it has a good fire rate. It does. Might be able to get some use out of this. I'll leave my car mobile over there.
Gonna get shot.
Let's see what kind of reload speed this has. Not bad by S&S standards. It makes sense that a larger mag would take longer to, would result in longer reloads because it's bigger and heavier and bulkier. So there's logic there. Too ordinary. This time I'll jump out this way. See, I learned from my mistakes. Oh yeah, and that. That looks cool. Now I'll bring my car mobile up here. I know there's a pamphlet over that way. Park it right here. Put that there. That there. I've got 2 dull, 2 S&S. I have them arranged the way I do. I'm not going dull S&S, dull, and S&S. I'm going by weapon type. I almost always put my revolver in slot 1.
Time to play! Time to play!
Come on, lethal strike. It's more like it. How did I miss that? That's better.
More meat for me!
Spread.
Time to play!
Screw flat off. So yeah, I almost always put my revolver in slot 1. If I have any kind of pistol, it goes in slot 1. If I have 2 different handguns, revolver slot 1, and the other type will go in slot 2. And if I carry 2 handguns, the second is almost always a machine pistol. My machine gun almost always goes in slot 3. Shotgun goes in slot 2 or 4, depending on what else I'm carrying.
Big, so angry, so dead. What? You didn't like that?
A blue teddy with a Type 2 cylinder, 12 round. Yeah. Terrible fire. 0.6. I'm willing to tolerate that on a Jake under the right circumstances, because Jakes often make up for it. But their awesome damage potential. Wait, I'm thinking of a different mission. I was thinking one of the pamphlets was over here. But that's... No, wait, now I remember. I always confuse those two. Pamphlets with scriptures. Yeah, you collect all the pamphlets at the same location, that's right. Sometimes my memories of things overlap and bleed together with each other. Oh well, I'm on the way there anyway. I might as well do stuff. You attempted to be a frag stealer and you failed. I wonder if that even did any damage.
I don't think he liked me.
Ranger Mordy with the Hyperion Angry Death. At this range could take him out with only a couple of shots, probably. Maybe even with a hunter's shotgun made by a Jacobs or Atlas. Yeah, I've got a better one. You can tell I've been playing Borderlands 2. Oh, there's another one. Squish you! I think I saw two. Yeah, two. Combat rifle / machine gun mags, which kind of look more like belt boxes. Alright. You bore me. And yes, I was referencing Dragonetti from Blade. He slaps Deacon Frost across the face. Must not forget to check up here. Will there be anything worthwhile? No, of course not. That one time I scored a Torg Cobra out of that box on Playthru-1. It's a level 28 Cobra. That was uncommon. That wasn't a very well parted Cobra. So glad the level 37 one that I got to replace the level 28 one was... Oh, look how much damage that did. Saw that one coming but didn't react fast enough. Oh, I wish this had plain old rifle sights. Ah! Here we go. Boof. I need to get some more use out of maybe this and this. Check that out. 2 shotgun alternatives. Reloading with the use key. like this type of sight. Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! Might as well collect the extra pamphlets just because they're there and they exist. Oh. There's something wrong with my brain. I've probably mentioned this before, but I like the bullpup design of SMGs in this game. Not bad, not bad.
Satisfaction abounds.
Not a big fan of Helix launchers. In Borderlands, the pre-sequel, there's a Hyperion shotgun called the A++ Bullpup. It's not really a bullpup. It's just called that.
Sit right up.
All SMGs in Borderlands 2 are bullpups. So are Dahl sniper rifles. Oh, not sure if that's too much scope for that barrel type or not, but I might hold on to that just to try it out. Just because it's a Dahl, I'm currently a Dahl main. That's a keeper. .1 fire rate on an Atlas, I think, might be indicative of a Type 1 body. No, wait, that looks a lot like that. So that might be better than Type 1 body type. Oh... Might as well check out that. Now that is a Type 1 body. I will still get some use out of it. Type 4 barrel, Type 1 body. Don't know what type of cylinder that is, but it's unfluted. as well smash all of you. You go squish now. What's the name of that flat-off legendary machine gun? I scored one of those once here as, I think, Roland by doing this. Boof! You'd be dead if you did that in real life. Oh wait, that's right. The pump is up there. Right where I need to go anyway. To battle Janus Cobb.
Dirty criminals control access to the trash coast. Dispose of what you will so you can investigate further.
DOT weapons are what I should have brought. Delta Oscar Tango. For destroying turrets. Oh yeah, I switched out. Yes, a 37. Guess I should have kept that Malawan launcher. Oh! Finish him!
Why don't you come here? Have you got a little present? Dying to me like that?
Come on, little one. Time to
Come on, Shield. Come on, Sprint. Don't know why I stopped sprinting. Finish him! And 7. Doesn't really do anything the masher can't do better. Aside from it having 93 point something accuracy.
Get those some bitches! Not bad, not bad.
Piece of junk. Let's get some use out of it. Yeah. Worthless piece of junk. See how much time we have. 8.5 minutes. Plenty of time. Get everything else done. There you go. This gun is a parody of Rambo's M60, the variety of different M60 machine guns he uses. What a horrible fire rate. What is that? 6.7. 6.7 on a Torg. Reload with the use key. Worthless piece of junk. It's a parody of, because Rambo always shoots an M60 one-handed from the hip while holding the belt with his other hand. Glorious Machine Gun and Stomper. S&S and Doll. And I'll put Double Anarchy back there. So I saw movement. Oh, hey, look. Let's see, is that the legendary Vlad that I mentioned just moments earlier? I think it is. It is. How unimpressive. Your revolution is not so glorious. Communist revolutions never are. And neither are fascist revolutions. I was thinking that there were turrets, but that's when Taylor Cobb takes over. Giant flowers that remind me of Subterranea. Jesper Kid also worked on the soundtrack to that game. I know I mention that all the time. Well, why wouldn't I? I'm a Jesper Kid fan-tard. Fan-tard to the max. Oh, now look at that. It's got a Type 4 cylinder, but a Type 1 barrel. And a 0.6 fire rate. That's pretty low for an Atlas. They generally, from what I've seen, usually have a 0.8 fire rate, which is manageable. Well, this is a good SMG, but not great, and I've got a double anarchy. So, I don't really need that. This I might keep a bit longer. And this. Not this. War is in your blood. Well, this thing isn't really adequate for warfare. With that accuracy rating. And that fire rate. The damage just doesn't make up for it. It's a level 37 anyway. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. Obviously not that. That's mediocre. Got some use out of this. I don't know. It's hard to sell this with that good damage. I might go and play around with this a little bit more. And I'll go play around with the Glorious Revolution some more. Really? More video game logic strikes again? Typical. Oh, almost made it. Put that there just for the sake of having more legendaries equipped.
Hi there.
Much of a plumber, insert obvious Super Mario reference. Which I'm not going to do because it would be too obvious. I'd much rather insert a Subterranea reference, even though I talk about it all the time. And nowadays I wouldn't be able to play that game. I tried playing Flashback and Gradius 3 on my former roommate Super NES, and I couldn't. I died, like, at the first screen. I can't play the kinds of games that I used to play back in the day anymore. Frivolous tactical reload. How am I missing? Well, for one, I'm using a medium range gun, attempting to use a medium range gun for CQC against a spindly creature. Masher would have done that job just fine. Still, 505 damage. Yeah, this thing's getting sold. 505 damage. Should be able to destroy a skitterling with one shot, even if it's not a crit, in my opinion. So screw this revolver. It looks more awesome than it actually is. I always preferred Flashback on Genesis over the Super NES version. And the opposite was true for Out of This World. I preferred the Super NES version. Now, it could be because the first version of Out of This World I ever played was the Super NES version, and the first version of Flashback I ever played was the Genesis version. Maybe it had something to do with the control schemes relative to the way the buttons on the controllers were laid out. I'd like to see a doll claptrap. A claptrap with a doll paint job. And a doll-like attitude. An Axton-like attitude. Axton is not an exemplar of the doll philosophy, for sure. Well, obviously, he was slated for execution. He was a war criminal. Is a war criminal, I should say. Most people who play best as Mordy in Borderlands 1 play best as Zero in Borderlands 2, for obvious reasons. But though I play best as Mordy in Borderlands 1, play best as Axton in Borderlands 2.
I know Borderlands got nothing on my weapons.
Revolution's not glorious enough. This machine gun is. That's a junker. Oh, I'm still gotta give that another chance.
Get your meds here.
Hey. Now, yeah, I know it's a level 40. But it's a purple 40. If I didn't already have what I have, and if I wasn't as leveled as I am, it would be a consideration. Well, except I had that other ancient shield that lasted me so long, and it was, what was that, a blue 40, if I remember correctly, made out of, I think, the best parts, or the almost best parts, really good parts at any rate. Overeager, because I want to get the annoying skitterlings out of my face. Ugh. That's all they do is annoy you. All they do is annoy you. They'd be more fun to battle if they posed an actual threat and did something other than bite your ankles? Do they actually bite you? I mean, they claw you, obviously. Do they have mouths? That's what I'm asking. Do they actually have mouths? They don't look like they do. Do they have a retractable proboscis? That I could understand. But if that's the case, then what do they make noise out of?
Can I help you?
I turned this in at, what is it, middle of nowhere, if I remember. But there was a weapon chest. That I need to open.
Oh look, it's another stinking flesh bag. Unless you have something Taylor Cobb needs to hear, you can bugger off like all you other walking shit containers.
Now, this guy has, this Clappy has, it actually looks like he has a Borderlands 2 bandit motif going on, with the red and everything. The red and the garage-like accoutrements, saw blades, bolts, rivets, all that sort of thing.
I should warn you about Tanis. There is something strange about her. We haven't had a supply transport come in years, and the commerce grid shows no log of her ever using any of my trade stations. But she must be getting resupplied somehow.
Oh, I might as well give this one last dance. Just because it's an Atlas with a Type 4 barrel. Imagine if it was a masher, an Atlas masher with a 3-shot cylinder, which I think is a Type 4, and a Type 4 barrel. Not even stunning, that thing. Don't laugh about it just yet. you see that? Can you even name the number of nonsensical things that just happened there? I saw a bare minimum of 2.
So angry.
For 1, my blade went right through that thing. For 2, the way it can rapidly lunge into the air and then force itself down, which is something that's always bothered me about this game, the way some enemies can do that. And also, in Borderlands 2, the way some enemies can do that. Oh, I need a drink. It's in defiance of gravity. In the pre-sequel, it makes sense because of Ozkits.
Like my pet.
All right. Ha ha.
Like that.
Notice how I'm not aiming, which is hard for me, because shooting from the hip is for lameoids. Unless you're a Zerker, because then you're dual wielding. That gives you an excuse. Or anything else that's, you know, dual wield, Nisha, skill, any other skill sets that allows for that sort of thing. What? Don't give me that, malarkey. What's the point of that? I mean, you could just... If you want to have the player do some platforming, then make it obvious that that's what you want them to do. Don't just have this little divot, if that's the right word. Put an actual chasm between there.
That hurt?
I really like watching Major Slack's videos. His old stuff and his new stuff. I mean, his old channel and his new channel. Especially what he does with the Borderlands games. Because he does everything the exact opposite of how I do it. Which, of course, gives me ideas I might not have otherwise thought of. Not even hitting him. It.
Another trophy from my wall.
That's because I'm not a hip shooter. And I've got a low capacity stomper with a scope. But this is a good scope. So it was my fault for trying to use this as a CQC weapon in the first place, shooting from the hip, which is not my style. And it's generally not what you would do with a 12-round combat rifle anyway. Oh, this stomper would be so perfect with an 18-round mag. This is probably the best bulldog I've ever found.
That hurt?
The only thing that would make it better is if it didn't have that funky reflex sight. See? It just makes it unnecessarily hard to aim at range.
What, you like that?
Just a moment. I'm back.
Feel it!
I always liked how combat rifles in this game were side-fed like an FG-42. I know I've talked about that before. I always thought that some brand of assault rifles in Borderlands 2 should have been side-fed, just to make them more interesting.
That hurt? he like me?
Was that even a he? Yeah, I think it was, judging by the small abdomen. I think the perfect version of the Bulldog would have either a Type 3 or Type 4 barrel, since on a combat shotgun with a Type 5 barrel you get that damage drop off due to fewer pellets. The pellet count goes down from 9 to 7 with a Type 5 barrel. And give it a blade attachment and just plain iron sights, and that would be perfect. Probably the most well-rounded combat shotgun
Don't be shot out, come on! Catch a ride!
would be a Torg with
Better at this.
and in Borderlands 2 that's proven to be true. The Torg with a Type 4 cylinder and a Type 3 or 4 barrel.
If you're on a budget, TDR is always the way to go.
If this was non-elemental and had a Type 2 sight, I'd probably buy it. White Masher. If that's an Atlas, that might be worth buying. And if it's called white, it probably is. It is. Oh. It's gorgeous. Type 2 barrel, which works well on a Master. Good body type, 1.3 fire rate. Never mind, it's a green. That's fine by me. Yeah, that's a good body type.
If you need healing, step right up. Whether you are killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty gun by your side.
Gotta go check the shops since they've reset. Makes me wonder what was in that shop right before it changed over.
Relax, are the best dog that works out there. You need something better. Only buy the best. In the most
That's pretty good.
you'll be able to afford it.
Rain grenades.
Love to see your
Whether you
face,
are
though.
killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty gun by your side.
So in future Borderlands games, Jacobs needs to make shields and grenade mods. And Penguin and Anshin need to make guns.
Just tell me if you need anything.
In fact, just have everyone make everything. Okay, not literally. Have every manufacturer make shields and grenade mods and at least 5 weapon types. And let there be lasers.
Who knows what you're gonna find in the vault? Make sure you pack it.
Pairs well with the Bulldog. I need to check that other shop when I go back to middle of nowhere.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and incredibly fast reload speeds. Give your mates a 90-50 sky good off it. It's a easy feeling. Stare at a shield. Taller combines good damage, high fire rate, and recoil reduction.
It was good, but not great. Oh, it's so hard to sell it. I could go ahead and sell my Urban Masher. Now that I've got this. But it has a Type 4 barrel. The best barrel type to have on a Masher. What legendaries am I interested in? An Unforgiven for sure. Level 40 or better. If I came across one of those at this point, it probably most likely would be a level 40. What else was in this shop?
If you find that your gun just doesn't hold enough bullets, then SNS might as well get you more bullets. But did you know SNS guns have extended magazines?
We're going too slow.
Unforgiven. Double X Masher Unforgiven would be ultimately perfect. Also interested in an Anaconda. Once again, preferably a Masher Anaconda. Can the Anaconda spawn as a Masher? I've never found one like that before. A bladed Anaconda would also be fun, as would a bladed Unforgiven. Also interested in a Torg Violator, but it's got to be non-elemental. It's got to have a fire rate better than 7.7. See how his double cackle lined up with a double master kill? Another ledge, but not one I'm interested in. An icon. There we go. I have a good Atlas sniper back in my collection, don't I? Yeah, I need that. Now maybe I'll become an Atlas guy. Still need to get more use out of these good dolls, though. I mean, I can't just get rid of them. None of them are really outmoded. How did that miss? You're not making a good case for the continuity of your service/existence. Correct. No escaping for you.
Like that?
Might as well mash them.
Nothing like a challenging kill.
That's truly disappointing that it took 2 shots to kill that side of it. With a level 46 Atlas Masher. Regardless of barrel type. Yes, I'm jumping out of my vehicle just to grab $328 bucks. Double dollars. Notice how I was trying to aim slightly off to the side. Intentionally on purpose. Destroy the false idol.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
There's its mouth. What do you think it would taste like to have your brain sucked out by a scythe? I often compare the little ones to head crabs from Half-Life. Because they mostly just annoy you. Of course, there would be more. Of course, the pellets would spread somehow all the way around it and not hit the target very well. Of course, somehow they're able to jump over my shots at just the right time. Somehow I'm able to miss at that range. Venom and acid are not the same thing. The vinegaroon, for example, produces an acid. Not a poison. The vinegaroon is also called a whip scorpion. Some people keep them as pets. That's actually pretty good, but since I've got a double anarchy, I don't really need it. The dove. What's the special feature of that? I forget. It's a green? Shouldn't it be blue? Oh, that's right. It doesn't consume ammo. It doesn't need to be reloaded. Ah, I knew that was coming soon.
Atlas, and you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands.
That's actually not bad. For a Teddy, well, it's a purple 48. If it had an 18-round mag, I still wouldn't buy it, but I'd almost somewhat maybe might consider it.
Step right up.
That's a pretty good Ranger class mod. Also made by Teddy.
You won't find fighter gear anywhere on the planet.
But I want an SNS because it's prettier. Ha! I was just mentioning SNS. Pistol accuracy. I wonder how that would affect this masher. If it would, how drastically would it tighten the pattern? I tend to favor ammo reaching.
That hurt? Like that?
Did I mention I love mashers? Mashers are just the best. For any character, but especially Morty. And Atlas mashers are the best of the best. And now I've got one that doesn't have a two-shot cylinder. Yes, I know the two-shot cylinder is supposedly the best because of the damage bonus you get, but I just can't comprehend having two chambers in a revolver cylinder. It's nonsensical. 3 should be the bare minimum. Hey. Now what kind of fire rate will that have? 7.6. Well, it appears to be made out of a better material type. I think that's a better material type. But it has a lesser body type. Type 3 compared to a Type 5, I think. I checked that shop over there since the shop's changed. I don't think I did. I need to go do that. I need to do the usual thing I do when shops change over their inventory.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
What?
Kill him! Kill him now!
This is a level 46 Atlas Master, right? Pretty sure it's a 46. Yeah.
Atlas spares no expense in making guns that excel in every area.
That's a pretty well-rounded sniper rifle. I guess I've got to get some use out of the Dove before I sell it. I don't really have any use for it, since I've got a Gunslinger class mod anyway. I wonder what would happen if I burned up all my pistol ammo and then equipped the Dove. Since the whole concept behind it is it's a gun that supposedly you don't have to reload. Under ordinary circumstances, you don't have to reload. Frivolous tactical reload. I thought that second shot should have been a kill shot. On a midge. It was just a midge. While I'm here, I might as well hunt some spider ants. Spastic little gremlin. You appeared out of nowhere. Also, why can't you run under a spider ant as it lunges over you. Or can you? It seems like you can't, but you should be. Hitbox. Yes, I know, hitboxes, collision detection, all that sort of video game logic type stuff.
From my wall.
See what happened there? A double dose of malfeasatory malarkey. Malfeasatory malarkeyus maximus. Of course, I have to back myself into a rock. How many times does that have to happen?
What? You mean like that?
How do you miss with a sword?
Does that hurt? Like that?
That makes up for it. So does that. Did you see that gravity-defying pseudo-stomp? I mean, really, how could anyone have thought that would be a good idea? Aim. Aim. Pick it up.
Challenging kill. What? You mean like that?
Should be one more wave of spider ants, I think. If I walk over a certain spot, will they spawn? Maybe that's just when you do the burn the scripture thing. And of course, the only reason I came down here and did that was because I wanted to get some more use out of my new Atlas Masher. And if I end up bearing the Atlas logo, what color scheme should I go with? There is no white. The closest is a faded gray color that looks more Tediore than Atlas. But Atlas does have a grayish material type.
If you're on a budget, Tediore is always the way to go.
Now I can go check the shops. I'll save this for the next episode. Am I really done with all the Rust Commons stuff? Aside from going to Old Haven. Have I gone to Old Haven yet? I don't remember. I did, yeah. So... T-Bone Junction one last time. I've wedged it in there better than that before. Oh, I'm glad I came here. Oh, yes. Oh, well, there's a matching pair.
Remember me when you get some more clothes to burn.
Same.
Welcome. Do my job.
Mayonnaise
Yeah.
and mustard.
You know what you need.
Hyperion would be ketchup. Only interested in 5-line purple class mods at this point. Let's see how these two compare. These complement each other well. Same fire rate. So glad I came here. Again. Yeah, jump out the wrong way. That makes plenty of sense. I can't wait to shove this blade into some monster's face. Look at that scope. Oh no, look at that. There were those two other explodey Hyperions. Machine pistol and combat rifle, and here's an SMG. So, if I were so inclined, I could have a matching set, or near a matching set. I didn't see what level the other ones were. Now this is over-scoped, I would say, because it's got a Type 1 barrel and a Type 5 scope. Type 1 stock also.
Remember, Marcos means quality at a great price. Who needs a real doctor when you got my machine?
Oh, and remember I mentioned that at the job that I was most recently working at, there was machinery there that was made by a company called Atlas and other machinery that was made by a company called S&S. And now I've got Atlas and S&S. Need to get some more use out of the Cobra before I retire. I think it's the only 37. Oh, didn't realize I still had this level 31. I can go ahead and sell that. Oh, could probably get some more use out of this nice ketchup-y 7-shooter. 37 Atlas. See how this compares. Can't bring myself to get rid of it just yet. I'd still consider these two to be pretty close to being on par with each other just because of the 81 rounds versus the 32 rounds. Need to get some use out of the Dove before I sell it. That'll be for next time. Only 1 minute left. $52. $50. Might as well go back here. Skipped the last 20 seconds. What causes that to happen?
Remember, you can always count on Marcos when he gets guns around. Hide your catch right now.
Let's get our feet out of the dust.
Give us your hungry, and we'll shoot it up.
Atlas, there's no expense in making guns that excel in every area.
Not bad. Not bad. That's not impressive. Neither is that.
Remember me when you get some more creds to burn. Come in, come in. Have a look around.
Which concept of a pounder do you like better? Borderlands 1 doll pounder or Borderlands 2 Torg pounder?
Just tell me.
Double
if you
lovin'
need me.
pounder.
He's a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles.
Give me a shout if I can help you.
Check the shops at middle of nowhere next.
If you're on a budget, TDR is always the way to go. First aid kit. You won't regret it.
Oh, I might as well check these. Even though I said I'm only interested in 5-line purples at this point, I have half a mind to buy this, even though I'm probably not going to use it since I have this master. Just trying to give myself a complete collection of Atlas guns. Maybe even a shield and a grenade mod.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
Once again, I need an Atlas shotgun too, but I want a good 0.6 fire rate. That's a no-go. It's a 46 white, 103 damage per projectile, 9 projectiles. 45.8 accuracy with the Type 1 barrel. That's actually not too bad, but you know me, I don't like Type 1 barrels on shotguns in Borderlands 1. Oh, this has a Type 1 sight, so that's a no-go. Good fire rate. And once again, it's a 12-rounder. Still on the lookout for a good 18-round combat rifle.
If you're on a budget, TDR is always the way to go. Your grenade should do more than just explode. Customize your grenade. Step right up.
Looking good, looking good. as per typical, I will decide the particulars next time. So until then, as Bruce Campbell would say, catch you on the flip-flop. And as they say in Contra, see you next mission.